Welcome everybody, friends, folks, foes, and fellow pirate mateys to our latest weekly edition of World Pirate Radio News. It's show segment number 329. I'm your host, as always, Robin Hood's Chief Communications Officer, Jaffe Ryder. WPRPN.com is the website you want to drop by and take a look at. Sign up is free. Be sure as well to spend a few moments sizing up what we have available via the show description end of things. There's a lot of great quality links, including Patreon and galacticfire.com, of course, where a lot of our swag resides. PayPal as well, Pirate One Radio at protonmail.com, our main email address. That's pirate1radio at protonmail.com. Also very helpful if you have any show suggestions or guest ideas in mind. Remember to like, comment, share, hit subscription notification buttons, and pass word along to friends, family, and co-workers. Half of everything as well that we do manage to generate via donations, as one would hope, goes directly back to the grassroots. Hashtag WWRHD, what would Robin Hood do? So it's something that we don't take lightly. Very much committed to that principle and overarching policy. So having said that, let's keep things rolling along here with a brief roundtable, round the horn introduction, courtesy of the three, in fact, other contributors at present. Have a few perhaps drop in as time goes on here. With the balance of this week's live stream, but Sonny Galactic out of Phoenix, Arizona. Yvonne Malenfant, who himself calls Coquitlam, British Columbia home. That's out in the lower mainland, the province. And West Frankfort, Illinois, Roger Hanson. So welcome to all of you. Who wants to go first as far as just a brief rundown, introduction, an offering as far as what, listeners out there who are not up to speed or familiar with your backstory might be interested in knowing a little bit about. How about Sonia? Why don't you, we'll put the screen share on in just a few moments here. We got to get the Facebook and Telegram set up, but while we're doing this, Sonia, have at it, and the
Sweet
talking stick is yours.
YouTube would be good too. I didn't see that happen yet.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, we are experimenting with Beam at present here, so it's something we need to keep a watch on.
Cool. Oh, I see it now. It was my bad.
Oh, good. Excellent.
Yeah.
Good.
Sweet. Awesome.
All
right on. So, yeah. So just normal stuff's been going on. Been busy. And doing a little revamping and SEO work, actually, on a particular person's website, which would be Christian's. So I'm learning all that there because he's making me. kind of thing.
Right.
Kind of thing. So, yeah. So then I'll have this information for both of mine and your website in the future.
Excellent.
So
yeah,
that's how
great.
that's working.
Much appreciated.
Other than that, just kind of hanging out, getting ready to move to Texas. Apparently, it's not going to be for like 6 months though. So maybe it's a little early to announce that, but I'm still going to be traveling. However, Texas will be kind of the home base because that's where my daughter wants to go. So
right.
Yeah. So that's kind of it that's going on right now at the moment anyway. Yeah.
Galacticfire.com as well. Let's not forget.
Yep. Galacticfire.com for all your t-shirt needs. I'm going to be adding some more shirts and just redoing the entire website here pretty soon to make it more user friendly, I suppose. So there's that, and maybe do some more advertising or some other, maybe have some contests, some t-shirt contests, or maybe raffles or early stuff like that.
And how's the tattooing coming along? Are you keeping busy on that front as well?
Actually, yeah, I've had a tattoo here just Saturday all day long. I got to spend with one of my favorite customers, actually, clients, and yeah, we did some awesome words. No place like home, all down his arm, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, and then I've got a few more appointments coming up too before long. So yeah.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
Yvonne, out of Coquitlam, British Columbia, you're someone who's not often able to stick around as long as we would hope. You're here with us at the moment, so let's seize the opportunity, carpe diem, and let you have at it. harpo.ca.
Thank you, Jim. Yeah, I got my website up and running again. It's been off kilter since May.
Oh yeah.
And today it's been put back thanks to my buddy Mark for his help.
Can you speak? Can you step up to the mic a little bit and just kind of eat it?
Sure. Is that better?
There you go. Now we're talking.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks to Mark for his support in getting the website harpo.ca up and running.
Mark Edworthy?
Mark,
our guy, Mark Edworthy? He's part of the crew here?
Mark.
Oh, somebody out of Canada?
Yeah.
I see. Okay. All right.
And
that's okay.
Yeah, and as most of you know already, there's first half hours free counseling, life coaching. Feel free to take advantage of that. It's no obligation to continue, but if you do, we'll give you a reasonable rate. We don't take insurance, unfortunately, and we're available around the world, right here. Skype video counseling. And things are going pretty good, except for our car today. We couldn't start. The key wouldn't jiggle, wouldn't turn. And there's something wrong with the tumblers in the Honda Pilot, so we had to take it down to the rip-off car mechanic. And I don't want to say it's expensive, but they should give you complimentary Kleenex when you pay through the nose. and hopefully we'll be able to pick it up tomorrow. It's a bit expensive, so
That's just to
but
redo the ignition.
things are good. My stepfather and his wife are coming to visit Friday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's the whole ignition thing. They have to replace that, I guess.
Right.
You know, the part where you stick the key in.
That's right.
That whole section. It ain't cheap.
But
and my stepfather and his wife are visiting on Friday for a couple of days. We're looking forward to that. They're coming down from the Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. They're touring all Western Canada. So we're excited to see them. And I'm busy looking for work as well. And working out, trying to lose weight, get healthy, eating a little better, and feeling good.
How are the wife's piano lessons coming?
No students at the moment. She's pretty much fully recovered from her broken arm.
Oh, jeez.
So she's been performing a little bit, some coffee houses and that. So that's good. Yeah.
All right.
And myself as well. How you guys doing?
Well,
you got back home safely?
Yeah, back from Canada, safe and sound, settled in here. It's good to be home. It was a great trip though too. So we definitely, there's a part of us that will always remain back in Canada, both spiritually as well as who knows, just so many amazing memories, a lot of challenging ones as well. That's what growth is all about, I guess, right? Overcoming those hurdles and surviving. So, and here we are to talk about that and a whole lot more. But over to Roger. We, before we get in, open up the conversation to pretty much whatever's most on people's mind, along with the talking points that we did add in the chat end of things here via Teams, formerly known as Skype. So do take a look at that, folks. Click on the link and see what the Word file has to offer. Mr. Roger Hansen.
I really don't have much to say, to be honest.
Eat the mic. That's what we have to say.
I said I really don't have much to say at the moment, to be honest. I'm just hanging out.
Who's Roger Hansen?
Roger Hansen is Roger Hansen, the dude in the mic talking to you.
Well, that's not really that helpful for people who want to learn a little bit more about you and all the live streams that you put together every week. Let's hear a little bit more about those.
Well, I'm just getting sick of those damn live streams.
You do so many, man. I don't know how you do it. It's crazy.
Like, and then people keep talking and talking and talking, and I'm like, dude, I gotta listen to you. What's wrong with you?
What do you mean, like the guests?
He's losing it.
Yeah,
he's losing it.
Now you know what it's like to be a therapist.
Yeah.
People droning on, and get to the point.
God. And then I go on this one show and I started telling all their freaking audience, I was like, we're sick of you. Get out of here. We're tired of having you around and shit. And they didn't like that too much, so I had to leave.
Which show was that?
Oh, I didn't have to leave. It was Censorship Sucks.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's the one of Rodriguez, his stable of talent. What Mark has over there via Rodriguez Productions. Censorship Sucks. We make a note of that once again, Sonia, for upcoming guests, if you would.
Oh yes, definitely.
Yeah. And so, how did that all play out then? Is there anything more?
It was okay. I just don't think they can handle the hardcore effects that I bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little bit too rowdy.
Yeah.
Really?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I don't know. You don't come across as overly rowdy.
Well, I've got to behave on your channel. You get all mad and stuff.
I don't get. Have you ever heard me start mad? What are you talking about? No.
You always get
irritated. Irritated, sure. Sometimes.
Don't you think he resembles Hunter S. Thompson a bit?
Roger Hansen?
A little bit, yeah. a little bit.
Yeah, very much.
Uh-huh.
Sure. Yeah, but
Yeah.
you need more weed and more guns, and that would do the trick.
Right.
You know, more. I'm not sure what did Hunter like to drink. He liked to his fair
Oh,
share of alcohol
anything
consumption
really?
too.
You know?
Yeah.
Yep.
What
That's a
happened?
That's a Canadian dude, isn't it?
Hunter Thompson?
Yeah.
I don't
You're
American.
know.
really out of touch, man.
Yeah, I
I'm
think he's
Canadian.
American.
Yeah, no, he was out of like out
He's
of
from Colorado.
Colorado, and it was like
Uh,
Woody Creek or something like that, some place out of near Aspen, I guess. So he
Yeah.
was
Near
Hunter
Aspen,
Thompson
yeah.
was a kind of at times could be just a raving lunatic, but he was a decent writer, and his big book he
yeah.
started with was the Hell's Angels.
Oh,
You know,
really?
Yeah.
you
I
didn't
didn't
know?
know
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah,
No, I
totally.
didn't. I've
Yeah.
read Hunter's books too. At
Oh
least one
yeah.
of them.
Oh, pick that up. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
they shit stomped him. Like he's lucky to have escaped with
Wow.
his life. They really, that's how they if you rub them the wrong way,
Right.
what
Just
that's how
just don't rub
that's
them.
yeah.
No,
Or if you
no
do
rubbing.
make sure it's
Well, maybe you
it's not
could.
one of the
Nicely.
But
Yeah,
I
maybe
couldn't.
I could. Yeah.
Okay. Kinky.
There was
It always
another
comes
Actually,
to that. Inevitably. Inevitably.
sorry about that.
That's okay.
But Hunter S. Thompson, he's well known in Doonesbury, and he talked about John Denver, who was his neighbor, and he said he'd yell, Denver would be singing "Country Roads" on Doonesbury, the comic, and then Hunter S. Thompson would be like, Denver, if you don't stop singing, your guitar won't be the only thing with a hole in it. There'll be
Yeah.
one in your head.
Could
And
be.
he says, hey, Hunter, how about if I bring you 248 2/4s of Coors beer? And Hunter's like, yeah, I'll bring you down a chair. Something like that. It's just really banal humor. Doonesbury.
They never really lived that close together, though, did they? They weren't neighbors or nothing.
Well, that's the way Doonesbury had it.
That's fine, yeah. That's good.
From the early 70s.
Oh, going all the way back to the early 70s, yeah, because
Yeah.
John,
My stepfather had Doonesbury collections, like these old comic books, like they're like books, and like from the late 60s, early 70s. I used to inhale them, just read them through. They're so funny,
Smoke
even
them if you got 'em.
revolutionaries like chocolate chip cookies.
Right.
Great
Yeah,
show.
it shows.
Great book.
Yvonne,
And then there's a Doonesbury special you should check out too. It's really funny.
What's it called?
Like, hey. Well, it's just Doonesbury. You probably find it on YouTube. And guy's cooking dinner. He goes, "You get that in a can, or to just follow you home?"
Okay. So Christian Laterre, we've got here. We see popping up via Facebook. We're not sure what else we're going to be provided with here. Beast Fighter started. They connected with us here. We don't like to say following. It's once again too cultish. Is our way of looking at things. Day Live started watching. Day Live already. So we're just getting up and off and rolling here via beamstream.gg, and we'll see where this goes. All upon Mark's recommendation. This is Mark of Drigas Productions, of course, not Techno Mark, who assisted Yvonne just in the last few days, or our Mark, our in-house Mark, who's part of the techno crew here himself via the UK. So it's got to straighten these marks out, I guess, so nobody gets too confused. But let's see if we can get. Oh gosh. Okay, our settings are reasonable here. Has everyone had a chance to check out the talking points, or do you have your own hot take on any of the week's news items? Starting with people passing, of course. That's typically how we like to, our acknowledgments. Not Coley Weber, not that she died, thank God, but she was our featured guest this past Friday. That's something worth mentioning. So thank you very much once again to Coley. Wasn't that a gas, Sonia? Didn't you have a good time?
Absolutely. Oh, it was the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was super, super awesome.
There was a joke or two. I don't know if I was really intending to necessarily, but that was a few things I said that it actually got the two of you going. You
It
really
did.
were pissing yourselves laughing.
We were. It was great.
It was really
Good stuff.
bit of a
Priceless.
head
You were having
scratcher.
fun too. That was the thing. I even noticed that they mentioned it in the stream, and I noticed you were actually having fun. It's been a
He
long
was.
time since you acted like that.
Right. Right,
Oh,
Roger.
man.
Thanks for pointing that out.
I
for
think
sure.
the whole thing is so subjective. I'm always just the same person, really. I like to clown around, obviously, and maybe I come across as a little too uptight from time to time. But what the hell? We've got one F-bomb, complimentary F-bomb per show per person, and I'm not sure what else, how much further, because we're gonna lose a a large portion of our friendly or family friendly-ish listener base if we just unleash with completely immature and endless profanity.
Well,
That's
profanity isn't necessarily immature,
well,
so just saying.
why don't you just go
What?
fuck yourself then? How about that? Just saying.
I done spent up that one F word.
No, in a good way. Yeah.
Well
that's
placed.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Well
I
placed.
love it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, don't say fuck in front of the CHILDREN.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Little Kinky
Jeez.
Friedman joke.
Oh God, you and
Oh,
Kinky.
wow.
Yeah, you've got that quite a thing for him. It's sense and sensibility. That's what a lot of it boils down to, really. And everyone they're with comedy. No, with comedy or what they think is funny or offensive. It really works both ways. Both what's humorous and entertaining as well as what rubs people the wrong way. How dare you? Sense and sensibility. Some people might they'll look at something that's has half the room cracking up, and then there'll be a significant number of others, maybe, or small portion that are pissed off, and they don't like what's being said. It's upsetting to them, and they want to issue a complaint, and vice versa. So, that's why we need to fight for freedom of speech.
Excuse me.
Rights and principles, I would argue. So, thanks for engaging out there via the YouTube end of things as well, Sonia and Roger, and over on Facebook, Christian Laterre, all you lurkers, of course, as always. Get engaged, sign up, log in, get your comments out there, thoughts, questions, criticisms, you name it. We're going to be having a Van Morrison, actually, speaking of comments, thoughts, questions, and criticism. Having mentioned the Coley Weber feature show this past week, this coming Friday, it's Van Morrison's 80th. Something you might be interested in, Yvonne. We'll be calling you up unless you request that we not do so. I'm not sure how much you've looked into his career, but 80 years. I'm a fan. I found out somewhat recently. My sister is as well. Via Canada, of course, and there's quite a few fans out there. There's others that it's not their cup of tea with the music that he puts out there, but it's just as we were hitting upon, people's their sense and sensibility. Music. There's no truth to music or comedy or books that are put out or movies or food or people. It's just because it's just opinions, really. There's no objective truth that I can see whatsoever.
I love his music.
Sure. Yeah. Right.
I'll see what I can do Friday. I have family coming in from the jaw.
Moose jaw. Oh yeah.
Yep. I just put something up, by the way, that, oh shoot, put it in the wrong place. In the chat. Has anyone seen this? It's on TMZ, and 9/11. Apparently, there was like a fifth plane.
What?
Hear anything about that?
Since when?
That no, check it out. That there was a fifth plane that didn't take off, but they're in first class, right up front. There was kind of like a big Saudi guy, and then a woman in a full niqab, but the flight attendant swears that it's a man. She saw hairy fingers, like hands. Then there was a little boy and a father, and then there was another guy sweating profusely in business class. They're all Arabs, and kind of like they would ask, could you show the this child, bring him into the where the pilot is,
Yeah, I heard about a fifth plane, but a different.
Anyways, they interviewed these poor flight attendants, and it was just about to take off, and then they said no, don't. And then also inside the plane, there's this opening that goes down into the electrical part,
right? And
then they could actually come into the plane from the bottom. Mm-hmm. And the guy showed how he could do it. It was really bizarre. And anyways, they didn't catch the Arabs, but
they bailed.
Strange.
They bailed. It was scheduled to take off, and it didn't apparently, right?
Yeah, and it was, I think it was number 91, United Airlines, flight 91. Right next to it was 93, right at JFK, and right next to it was a plane 93, and in first class they found box cutters and all kinds of stuff.
Right.
And some people think they might have got them mixed up, like the planes. That there could have been someone at JFK working with the Saudis.
Oh, like Israeli intelligence?
Really, possibly.
Well, you know who is central, very instrumental.
The Israelis,
Pardon me?
You have those dancing Israelis. That's kind of bizarre.
Well, that's just part of it, of course, yes, but very instrumental and central players in almost all of the world's major airports is Israeli intelligence. They're the ones with the screening process and technologies. Apparently, like with these backscatter machines that came in post 9/11, it was Michael Chertoff, the then Bush's head of Homeland Security, who oversaw that whole business, and it was a business too. From what I understand, he profited quite nicely from the whole thing, and ultimately, it's something that led to the realization that the technology, where you walk inside these rooms, I guess it self-encloses upon itself and then spins around. You put your hands up, and I've never been through one of them. I refuse to. It's like, no, I'm taking the wands of paddles. Like, you can do whatever. Just keep your hands off the junk. They don't, they were fine when I went. They just, blah. The hat thing pissed me off though too. Like, how is it that with religious headgear that the turbans get a pass, the hijabs get a pass, but my cowboy hat with the crucifix or Buddha on it, or just a guitar for that matter, why is that any different? If you tell them you consider it your religious headgear. But just to finish the point on the backscatter machines, I'm not sure what else really to call them. There's more of a formal term, I guess. But they've been removed from many airports now because they've discovered that they cause cancer in people working around them on a day-to-day basis. And apparently they're also like disruptors. They disrupt our DNA. They cause all sorts of problems, and but that's just a coincidence, right? And so Chertoff had a central role in that, and I mean, we saw Lucky Larry Silverstein, another not so very nice
Yep.
Jewish man. I mean, just
He
countless
profited
billions.
from 9/11.
So, how about the 28 pages? Remember,
He
Trump?
pulled Building 7.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. And yeah, we had to pull it. The loss of life, it had been so terrible that we decided to
They
pull
pulled
it.
it.
Pull,
the
pull.
news announced it was being
Not that
pulled
pull.
15 minutes before it was actually pulled.
Yeah, or having
I think
collapsed.
Israel,
That's right,
Saudi Arabia, and Pakistan, their intelligence all had something to do with 9/11.
Well, and rogue CIA and MI6, they were all in on it. They had to have been. They were all in on it, these and rogue elements. But what the hell with Silverstein? Uh, well, and of course his children too, who just on that day did decided that maybe it wasn't such a great time to go into work after all, and there was quite a few unfortunate. Well, good for them, I guess, but not for the people that went to work. That they found themselves being sacrificed. So
Yeah.
there we go. There's more I was going to add to it. We could carry on at great length and detail, but it just gets bogged down in all sorts of theories and minutia. So James Easton, I believe, for former guest that we've had on here, he's got his own interesting theories regarding how I believe that the airplanes they were like holographs, something to that effect, the no plane theory. But anyways, it is what it is. Thank you for bringing that up though, Yvonne. The fifth plane, it's something I forgot about, and still I'm not overly clear on, because yeah, it's worth investigating and looking into, and maybe Robert Morningstar, in fact, who could there's a good 50 at least 50% chance he'll be showing up in the second hour. He could very well be able to bring a little something more to the table in that regard.
Yeah, I put a link on YouTube on the WPRPN.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's the green room or the other one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just put a link in there for you guys to check out.
Thank you. Well, excellent. So, does anyone else have anything to offer at this particular moment? We lost Roger for whatever reason. Did I say something that pissed him off? I don't know. Maybe he had to go attend to his mother, who's I guess living with him and in not the greatest condition at present. Any idea, Sonia, what could have happened?
Not sure. I know his computer was acting a little weird, so there's that.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
he'll probably jump back in.
All right. So let's see what we got here. Now, as far as further talking points, Hulk Hogan investigation. Just briefly. There he is. He popped in, then he popped out. Or there, he's invisible. Can't see him
Yeah.
for some reason. That's weird. Anyways,
Sorry.
we can't. Okay, now you're
Welcome back.
stealth mode. Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
So,
It's
did you
gone
get
crazy
kicked
on me.
out?
No, it just everything froze up. Then whenever I came back in, it did this weird stuff.
Okay, eat the mic once again if you can. There, just you know what? We've got no picture. Your avatar picture is totally, non-present. It's AWOL.
Let's see if this helps. Maybe it's.
Why do we got that background hissing sound too? I'm not sure if that's Yvonne. It could be Yvonne actually, because he's not muted out.
You want me to mute out?
Well, yeah, because then we'll see if it's the hissing coming via your end, which I suspect it could be.
Call me a snake.
Yeah, well, you're
Yeah.
technical.
It was
there
him.
we go. That it was, yes. You listen to the playback, Yvonne. You'll see what I was talking about. Roger, go ahead.
Oh, It was just. I mean, it's acting weird.
There you go.
And
You're back.
Microsoft,
you know,
man, it just keeps doing this
Oh,
weird
now you're
shit.
gone.
Yeah.
Look at that. Weird.
in and out. He's
Yeah.
fading in and out.
Naroki sent out his messages the other day, and on the notifications, it kept popping up the notifications after I checked them. Like they would
Mhm.
come back, and it took almost 45 minutes for me to get them all off of my freaking numbers thing,
Wow.
over where the activity and everything is.
What happened exactly with messages? We've had that problem with other platforms, like with Facebook, where things are not in real live time. As you say, it takes forever for
Mm-hmm.
certain.
Have
But
you guys?
oh,
Mhm.
go ahead.
Sorry, I was just gonna ask it. Have you guys noticed how all the platforms are merging together? Like, but they're not saying anything about it. Like, there's no announcement. And I know that, like, the one, there's monopolies on all of these, popular platforms, but like Instagram and Facebook are pretty much the same thing now. I mean, they say it's like they're different things you can see on there, but posts are merging, and
Right.
you have to, like, click the button for it to merge, but
Yeah.
it's changing. It wasn't like that before,
Yeah.
so I was just wondering if anyone else
Mhm.
noticed that.
I shied
It's a
away from
cabal.
that for the longest
Yeah.
time, but lately I've just kind of caved in, saying to hell with it. So
Yeah.
more of the singularity, the singularity. Well, I attended my wife's. She actually received her doctorate the other day, so I tease her when she comes home. It's like, "Welcome back, Dr. Park." Or who's at the door? She's like, "It's Shmee. It's Shmee." It's like, "Oh, Dr. Shmee. It's welcome home, Dr. Shmee." Want to see my schmingma?
How cute. That's cute.
Yeah,
That's adorable.
yeah, it
Mhm.
is kind of
That's
sweet.
pretty.
So, but
Wish her
listen.
my congratulations.
Oh yeah, sure.
I'm not
Yeah.
a doctor, but I played one on television.
Right, and
Right.
I'm not a doctor either, but I have played. So simple as
I've
that.
played a doctor before.
Not
I
on
was like,
television, but I have played.
I played with doctors. No.
Really? So
pervert.
yeah, that's the
You're
sort of
right.
thing.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
imagine. Oh my God. Oh, speaking of
putting
which,
my 2 cents in.
oh my God, that reminds me. Just, I mean, it wasn't really on the talking points, but it's something worth addressing, I suppose, because it's kind of high profile. You might have heard of that. Both you Yankees down there, of which actually Sonia's not. She's a Southerner, so they sometimes get a
I
little.
was gonna say,
How dare you,
them fighting
Yankee?
words.
Yeah. Well, what do you call yourselves? The Southerners? Is that right?
No, not really.
Not
That's kind of
Yankees.
well, Yankees are the North folk,
I understand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
So, not really anything like that.
Rebels.
I don't know.
How about I'd call my. I'd like to be. I want to be a rebel.
Well,
You got to be
that's
rebels.
inherent. That's goes without saying, kind of thing. But
Yeah.
it doesn't really have
Are
to do with
you a
your
Dixie
location.
chick?
No, bro. Although I will be in Texas, so that could happen.
So here's what happened. Here is what happened, where that police officer shot the judge. And kind of it all came out that there was a sex ring that he was operating out of his judge's chambers. I'm not sure if he'd be banging people that were, being going up on trial or something. What the deal was, but it was a total abuse of his position and authority, obviously. And I'm not sure why the cop didn't go just in there and arrest the guy. He was a sheriff, so I think the sheriff, you know, why
On
wouldn't
oral
the sheriff?
testimony there.
So now the sheriff is kind of probably going to jail for the rest of his life, isn't he? Wouldn't you? Even though the judge was up to, it could be found, some pretty, unethical
Very
activities that, and
sucks.
a large number of them that he just made the wrong decision. But maybe his wife, the judge was banging the guy's wife, or who knows. Nobody's heard anything more about that. Is that in Tennessee?
Banging his gavel.
Huh?
Different. Banging not his gavel, something else.
Yeah. Yeah, the gavel was not his main is not his primary banging tool. How about that?
Right.
So yeah, that's right. So oh geez. Oh
Whackety whack.
god. Okay. Yeah. Uh
I hope I'm not adversely affecting the podcast with this.
no,
Just
we
being a
need some
girl here.
we need some taco in the mix. There's no doubt. Taco forward.
Oh my god.
Well, it just
Yeah.
otherwise we could quite easily make ourselves targets and be accused of male chauvinism or these
Oh yeah.
overly sexist remarks.
Yes. And if
Yeah.
I'm here, it makes it okay, pretty much. You know.
Yeah. If you can take
More
it,
acceptable. Exactly. Then
if
it's
you
okay.
can take it, and believe,
Yep.
trust me, some women they do like to take it.
I know, right? It's almost like everything that you talk about can be turned into something like that, which is hilarious.
Don't blame
actually.
me. Blame the English language.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's funny though.
Okay. So, so I guess nobody has anything more adult, like you're really like like serious and mature or insightful to add to this business.
Well,
yet?
that's
You
pretty.
can hear the story.
That kind of stuff's pretty adult, actually.
Well,
I mean,
it's just
it
the
is
whole.
adult.
Okay, if it
So,
didn't come across anybody else's radar, then just take note
Roger
of it.
might
We
have
can move along.
Roger might have something to add. He's
I-
very good at this genre.
I have an
so-
even bigger story to follow up with after we're done here. Go ahead, Roger.
Okay.
I just want to say wiener.
Well, hey,
Oh
don't
my gosh.
don't get me started. And remember, speaking of which, Roger, eat the mic, okay? Get up there and
Well,
eat
I
it.
just
Eat your wiener.
dude, I just went through so much crazy stuff just now.
Just to
Like
even get back in. Yeah.
Are
I
you
came,
are you on your computer? Do you have a headset that you're wearing?
I have my
Yeah.
headset on. I
Get
have
that boom mic
everything.
right up in your face.
There
Right.
ain't no up in your face any closer. This thing's made out of plastic, dude. It's like sitting in
There you
one
go.
That's better.
stationary
That's what we
area.
need.
There you go.
That's what we
Yeah.
need. A little more life.
it
a little
right
more,
there.
yeah, exactly. That's
Right there, right.
You
sweet
guys
spot.
can't be listening
That's
to
the-
my melodic, sweet sounding voice at a low tone that all the women love. You have to hear me speak up and be pronounced.
Yes, we can't have it that romantic. We don't
Frickin'
want.
A,
We don't
Roger.
have
sexy.
Frickin' A.
freaking
Can't be all
Frickin' B.
romantic
So,
for the ladies.
check this out. Oh, we've only got a few minutes here.
Ladies.
Ideally, we'd rather not spend it on too much goofing around. But look at this. Actually, what did you do? You mentioned Wiener's laptop. That is a big thing. Do you know that there was like apparently 6 of the cops? Do you know how the cops who saw this very the content on that computer, that most of them now are dead?
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, really?
Yep.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Fact check.
Holy crap.
Hey, Chat GPT, and then push Chat GPT, because Chat GPT loves just to gatekeep and kind of do a limited hangout where they only give you like half the story unless you press and push, and it's like, oh yeah, right, yeah, I forgot about that. Good point. Thanks for mentioning that. And then you have to keep pressing and pushing more, and it's like, oh yeah, I know that too. And so they're burying the story itself, really, in a lot of the details. But what was it? There was something.
Epstein too is something that I wanted to add.
28 pages. Yeah, and Trump's 28 pages. You remember the Saudis and Trump 28 pages, 28 pages.
Mhm.
Back in 2016, as soon as he won the presidency, not a word, nothing. That was it.
Yep.
No more 28 pages. Not even from the media. The media
Matter of
didn't even
fact-
ask him.
Matter of fact, he called 3/4 of his constituents idiots for believing in the Epstein sit thing here recently. He really
Again?
did an about face, and then everybody's like, well, he said he's going to release those documents. He's like, yeah, after he put his foot in his mouth.
What a
You know?
flip flop.
It's like, and when you were talking about Israel and stuff, what that makes me think of is Maxwell. His daughter is the only one that got busted out of the ones that were involved, and she is the one who's actually said she's going to come forward and tell a list of like 100 names of people who were involved with Epstein.
Yeah, she's.
And
Hmm.
and she was actually flying these girls down to Epstein Island.
Yeah, she was a central procurer of with
Hmm.
the whole operation.
Yep. And everybody knows about Maxwell, right? Maxwell accidentally dies on his yacht falling over the side where Epstein dies
Yeah,
mysteriously in his cell.
Epstein apparently he was the one who helped to fill the void that her father Robert Maxwell left when he was offed. Yeah,
Yep.
and her comments on regarding that is like those fucking bastards, fucking bastards killed him. They murdered him. Those fucking bastards. So she's a really hardcore, just really nasty Jewish lady though. Like she's really down on anyone like the goy, Gentile, probably people that are poorer than her too. Of course, it's not hasn't been born into wealth and privilege. That's
Hmm.
how like the off, behind the scenes, you know, conversation and comments that she has to offer. That's the kind of the tone and the tenor, I guess, as is with so many of that particular that ilk, or as some would say, wayward tribe. It's just a sad state of affairs, and I'll tell you what, that kind of brings me to the next point, partly in so far as how even like what's happening in the genocide in Gaza and journalists, like they are targeting journalists with how would you say, reckless impunity? Is that an
Hmm.
appropriate way of referring to things? Is it just impunity? Is it reckless impunity? But they just don't give a damn. Now we're talking Netanyahu largely. This is who I hold uh, to account, and I think the world should really. He's a madman and the most despicable leader. And I think this is the sort of thing, the sort of energy that people like him they get off on. They you know the energy that they are a part of and that they promote. It's all about hatred and fear. It's just hatred and fear. So I try not to fuel too much of that myself. But I mean, shouldn't we call them out? Look at all these journalists that have been just murdered with reckless impunity. It's just it's crazy. And then they say, oh well, they had intelligence on. They were terrorists. Actually, people just didn't know. They had all this intelligence on Hamas. Well, yeah, they're journalists. What do you think? Of course,
Right.
they're gonna have a list of people that are members of this and that, the other organization. Like that's their job, for crying out loud. So
Yeah.
it's
And
just.
even the ones that put out a video or whatever saying that they're not suicidal and things like that. I mean, and then they're shortly thereafter never heard from again. Like a lot of them are like that.
Well,
You know.
actually, speaking of which, and this goes back to the Epstein story with who's the young blonde lady recently died on on that, whether suicide or what have you. But she has a posthumous book coming out, being published by Penguin,
Wow.
and it's going to really. I don't know if this is her insurance policy or what exactly. And by insurance policy, most will hopefully realize that refers to what people have set aside in the event of an untimely demise, and that uh, it basically, if they are taken out, uh, it triggers its release. So it's they don't necessarily die just in total vain. as it were. But we've only got about a minute left, or we're going to cut away to commercial break. Be sure to check out the balance of the talking points here, folks. We seem to have lost Yvonne for the time being. Not sure if Robert Morningstar is going to join us for the duration of the second segment of what we have in store for listeners. This, of course, show segment number 300, and I guess it is it 59? Well, where are we with the numbers exactly? Is it 29 or 59?
29.
329.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's fine. 329. Thank you very much. GalacticFire.com. We got to get a little commercial blurb that we can.
Yeah.
That if you know, we talked to you about that in the past. Send it our way,
Okay.
and we'll happily work it into the mix here, as far
Sounds
as
awesome.
you know, in conjunction with.
Maybe I could have you do the voice over for it.
Not a problem. Yeah, not a problem. Why not?
Yeah.
Working
Yeah.
on the Christian's audiobook version, of course, of
Fantastic.
the Montauk Boys. You know, the Camp Hero story. That it's a straight dope too, folks. So that's a story and a history that's largely been convoluted and led people down a whole host of different avenues where I don't think there's been more misinformation than truth that's found its way to the to the surface, unfortunately. So just looking at a number of journalists who have been targeted throughout the years, lost their lives. It can be a pretty dangerous profession, especially when you're calling out, high profile, in many cases, career criminals deeply embedded into the state apparatus, as it were. This world, Buddha talked about it, Christ talked about it, cautioning people basically, not to get too caught up in it all, of course. Hopefully at some point we come to the realization that it's all just a very temporary state of being. We're only here passing through. All is changing. He who's not busy being born is busy dying. So Bob Dylan sang about back in the day. We're going to have someone this coming Friday in the spotlight who's written and sung about a good many you could say issues is definitely, along with love songs, of course, and traditional folk, funk, blues, rock, a little bit of country flavored, Hank Williams inspired projects as well. Just the list goes on. Van Morrison is one of the few recording artists, high profile entertainers who took what he had available to him. God bless him. Hashtag good karma. He'll be proven to have stood on the right side of history. Eric Clapton as well, who came and joined him as part of the project once Van had written a number of songs, and Eric himself had taken the experimental kill shots, to which he had pretty adverse effects too, as with so many people. Thankfully, Eric is still with us. He thought he was going to perhaps die at the time, or not even be able to play music anymore, but he did manage to persevere, thankfully, see it through. But no, I think I would argue a real man of integrity. The Belfast cowboy Morrison, and you gotta. I can't help but think highly of Eric Clapton as well too. Although it did take some, the worst set of circumstances, some of the worst set of circumstances possible to finally get him to realize what was actually going on. Something that so many of us out here, via the digital underground, were doing all we could to caution the world on. But who the hell was at that time even listening? Who's even listening now? There's a growing number for sure, so, but still not enough. I noticed that when I was back in Canada, the veil of ignorance that continues to persist even to this day on a whole host of issues, not least of which is the scamdemic and its less than ideal big pharma establishment solutions that are offered, very deadly. People really need to stop and take a cautious approach. I would suggest and advise. That's the way I look at it and how I go about approaching these, serious decisions that need to be made. Holding fast, if unless there's a better reason that can be offered, or with better information, and that's what we need is open, vigorous discussion and debate, and not just half of the information, or particulars, details regarding any issue that's out there and on the table. That's not the way that science is done, is it? Come on. So, not that we're here to formally offer any health, legal, or or I guess financial advice. Really, leave that in the hands of the listeners, what they're to decide is best for them, of course. So, but we are here to promote Red Dragon herbs and teas. That much is certain. Reminding you that with any order of $25 or more, you will immediately receive a 10% discount. All you have to do is let Ryan know one of two things: either simply Pirate Radio or Pirate Code. That'll do the trick. Meanwhile, on the CannaSense Cannabis Collective front, 5813 is our referral link number. Do take note of that. They've got a great line of products available via their inventory. 5813. We'll be back here in just a flash, folks. Don't touch that computer mouse or radio dial.
Medical cannabis is now legal by telemedicine. Get the medicine you need by getting reviewed for a medical cannabis card. Contactless appointments available at CannaSense.com. For as low as $39, you can get reviewed for a medical cannabis card. That's CannaSense.com for a licensed medical cannabis doctor review. CannaSense.com has all the information you need to get connected with a doctor for a $39 medical cannabis appointment. CannaSense.com. CannaSense is common sense.
Catering exclusively to the Des Moines, Iowa area and beyond, Red Dragon Herbs and Teas is a small, family-owned business dedicated to the creation of only the finest quality artisan herbal tea blends. Drawing upon many of the world's most richly established customs and traditions, Red Dragon Herb's mission is about more than just getting their products out to the market. They also strive to help educate their customers on the wider benefits, history, and folklore of all their plants. Of course, any seasoned pirate knows when they're fixing to tango with the Kraken, you best be powered up with at least one of the finest select quality premium items freely offered via Red Dragon Herbs and Teas wide inventory. Choosing from any of their caffeine-free headache relief or rest and relaxation blends, history has proven their products among the best sources of scurvy prevention and vitamin supplementation. Red Dragon Herbs and Teas, bringing you guaranteed homegrown health relief.
Bringing you guaranteed homegrown health relief. Welcome back, people, to the second segment portion to what we have to this week's live streaming edition of World Pirate Radio News. It's number 329 is what we're looking at here. So my name, of course, as always, Chaffee Ryder, your trusted host and companion to these often intrepid, all too the high digital seas that we sail out here each and every live streaming edition. Working on reconnecting via Teams with Sonia and Roger. We'll see who else is perhaps able to make themselves available, interested and free at this particular time. Of course, not everyone always running on the same time or schedule as what we do here via South Korea, where it's now approximately 1:15 p.m. in the afternoon. Wednesday, of course, it's Tuesday night back in the Americas. And, depending where the rest of you are based out of, all sorts of various other times as well. Got a number of different issues we'd like to get to here. Be sure as well to contribute via the Peanut Gallery chat end of things, where the D Live, YouTube, Facebook, Telegram, or anywhere you can find us at present live streaming, and we'll happily bring on board and work to address whatever comments, thoughts, questions, criticisms you happen to have and would like to bounce off of us. So we've got Sonia here at the moment and just working on calling up a few others. Hopefully, well, I guess that was enough time for either a bathroom or a smoke break. Maybe did you grab a coffee, Sonia?
Yep.
Yes to all the above.
Yep.
All right. So, have you had a chance yet to check out the talking points?
I have, yes.
Any thoughts?
Well, what's sticking out for me is the vaccine thing that I see on here. I didn't
Yeah,
hear about.
gotta be careful with that word.
Yeah.
I would argue,
Yeah.
just because
Right.
we don't know how the heck who is going to
I got
react.
you.
They're
Sure.
allergic to these things. It seems, unfortunately.
Hey, Jeffy. I answered the call. Unfortunately, I'm at work right now, so I can't stay on. Have a good show.
Who is that?
Hi, Naroki.
Who's
This
talking?
is Naroki here. Yeah, I'm at work right now. Have a good show.
Okay. Yeah. Stay safe.
You too. Bye.
Bottom patrol there via Edmonton, Alberta is what it sounds like. So
talk about popping in, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hello
actually, who's the other person I'm on the phone with right now? I guess it's
Sonia.
Sonia.
And Yvonne.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let me know what dates you have available, and I can finally get this show with you out of the way because I've got I'm going to be working a lot, but I've got some flexibility on when I can work.
And she's single too, right, Naroki? She's searching for a soulmate. So do keep that in mind.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah, well, as a MGTOW, I can tell you, I'm not looking to hook up anytime soon. Nothing personal.
Oh my God, Jeffy. Oh, jeez, I swear.
Red Pill Nation Hangout. Let's give you a shout out before you take off. Of course, Red Pill Nation Hangout is your show.
Yep.
And
completed 450. I can't believe I've done 455 shows of that. Wow.
Right. It's a lot.
And another 60 with the MGTOW Master Series, and I will be picking it up once I'm clear of the financial bullshit I'm dealing with. I will probably be doing the Naroki live, pick up the Naroki live stream a little bit more. Anyway, I got to get back to work.
Okay, I guess, no time to chat. I'm going to miss you. I'm going to be out busking on Thursdays here. That's Wednesday back in the West. I'd like to connect, but I got to get out and do some performance and connect with the people. So although, hang on, maybe I will be, depending if you start early, I might be able to stick around for an hour or two, actually, now they come to think of it. So we'll see. Did you get to Calgary at all? Oh, BC. It was great. 2 weeks with the family and friends and a little bit of the herb, reconnecting with the good old BC freedom there.
But you didn't get to Calgary, huh? Okay, that's
my brother's out of Calgary. My brother's out. He flew in and flew out Calgary.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. If you'd gone to Calgary, I might have been able to find my way down there. But
I know. We thought of you. You were in our thoughts. Definitely. And Yvonne was as well, but he pussied out. He just decided, he's like, no, I'm not gonna make it. I gotta hit the gym. Sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, you know what? I'll talk to you later. I got to get back to work.
Okay, take care.
Right.
Bye.
Yeah. Yvonne, I know how sensitive Yvonne is too. I'm just joking, right? I love you, Yvonne. You're wonderful. Hello? he's like totally like, I broke his heart. Now he's like,
oh my God. Stop trying to pimp me out to people, Jeff.
No. Okay, well, there's that. Yeah, no, he's total MGTOW, like, with, it always sounds like he
too, but not in a gay way. Okay.
Right, yeah. So, anyway, I tell you, if it's good enough for former head of, what was it, the Oakland chapter of the Hells Angels, Sonny Barger, to kiss his brothers on the lips, it's good enough, I figure, for you and I, Yvonne. So I just saw a video of him getting out of jail where he's like it's like that. You talk homo, like, I mean, homo just means the same, right? And I don't know, man. I would never kiss my dad, like, not at this age. I don't know what it is. It's a brotherly thing, I guess. So, but who the hell kisses their brothers on the lips? Really, is it?
Right.
It's
weird.
Is
Little
like,
weird.
and what did the mobsters do anyways? No, is it on the cheek? What do they do? The Italian guys?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Is it a
I know
kiss?
there's the butt patting thing too with the football guys. So
That's a sports
yeah,
thing. I always got razzed about that.
it's still gay though,
It
isn't
is.
it?
We get a goal, and then you take your stick and whack the guy in the ass. Like, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah,
I guess you could
I
hit him on the
know, right?
shins. You can hit him on the shins.
Something.
I guess you
I
hit
don't
him on
know.
the ass
Punch
because
him,
you hit him on the ass because it's like, yeah, do more of that.
slug him
It
in the
gets
arm or something.
stimulated.
I don't.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Back
Yeah.
when I was in college, I was on a soccer team, and there are a couple of women on the team. And anyways, make a long story short, we're playing, and this girl scored a goal, and I slapped her on the ass.
Yeah.
And my Old
Ooh.
Testament professor, he just aghast, like, "What the heck are you doing?" Isn't that kind of like a football thing, Like,
Right?
I was a stupid kid, so.
If you're man enough to play with the boys in the soccer field, you're man enough to get your ass swatted when you get a goal. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, that kind of reminds me, it's almost similar. Did you notice that in Ontario, they've had these, what is it? These teams, they're like volleyball teams, and they're like men who they're playing on the women's team. I guess they say they're trans, okay, but they're playing on these women's teams. And one guy spiked the ball so hard it hit a woman's head, and she suffered a concussion. And anyways, these trans are taking scholarships away from women's colleges and sports. And there's a show on YouTube, Rebel News. They tried to interview them, and it was just horrible. Same with rugby as well. Canada.
Wait a minute.
Trans thing is still going
Yeah,
strong.
Rebel
Or in
News.
America,
That reporter has been arrested how many times now? I forget his name. He's quite comical though.
David Menzies.
Yeah. So what's the deal? And thank you, by the way, to Zane, courtesy of Yuga Wing Chun Kempo, talking about how Korean immigration sometimes tests incoming returnees from Thailand for certain substances, like alcohol or what? Like, I mean, could you don't you have the right to say no, thank you, no, you're not taking, no, not without a warrant? It's a little surprising they don't test Canadians coming in, or do they? So yeah. Well, the wife was really kind of paranoid about that, so as was I because of her, her academic pursuits. So we didn't want to cause any problems on that front, and kept her at so she was in the dark essentially, at arm's length and completely out of the loop, not daring to come close to the evil weed in any way whatsoever. Since the
Did you do a Bill Clinton?
Oh, it didn't inhale.
Yeah.
No. Well, she didn't even. She was like totally in another part of the house all the time. So since the onset of the conflict on October 7, 2023, over 240 Palestinian journalists have reportedly lost their lives due to Israeli fire. Yeah, and then of course the apologists will say, "Oh well, they're all terrorists," So really, and that's a great point. Thanks for sharing that number there, Zane. It's just outrageous, and that's they clearly don't want their crimes to be more widely shared with the world, but I don't know what they think they're accomplishing by murdering people that are armed only with a mic and a notepad. So it's these people are martyrs, they're heroes, and I say that like in the highest sense of the word, not being a Muslim, but I have nothing but respect for those people, and nothing but the opposite for those, starting with, Netanyahu, who, I mean, if the blame is to be placed at anyone's doorstep, it's his. And his political life, he's a coward. It's you ever heard the term leading from the front? The expression leading from the front, like Alexander the Great, right? It's like leading by example. It's like, do it this way. Like, here, follow me. Watch. But and Netanyahu, just unfortunately have nothing good to say about the man whatsoever. It's just really quite sad. I don't know. Yvonne, were you going to chime in? Did you have something you'd like to contribute there within the context of things, or?
Yeah, I'd like to say one thing if I could. To me, friends have asked me about the Palestinian issue, and to me, it's very complex. It's a very complex situation, and part of it is, if you look at Jewish people, many Jewish people, Zionists, not all, but many will treat non-Jewish people like goyim, like cattle, and they don't see that they're equal in a sense.
That's right.
Now there are many Jewish people that do. Okay,
it depends on who. It depends on who they are, how they've been raised.
Exactly. Yeah, the Old Testament teaches we're all made in the image of God, everybody. Yet on the same way with the Palestinians, they need to understand that Israelis, Jews, etc., are human and valued and need to be treated with dignity, just like the Palestinians should be. And until both sides see the enemy as made in the image of God, uniquely special, light of God in their hearts, they're not going to get very far. And to me, I'm really sick of this holy war bit. Both sides have done wrong. And they need to see that each side are special and they deserve dignity. And until they come to that place at the table, this is going to be rinse and repeat. We're not going to get very far. That's just my take on it. So I get shot from both sides, basically. But to me, it's very complex, and there's no easy answer. That's my take.
Mm-hmm. Sonia, any thoughts? Or for that matter, the wider listening audience, feel free to chime in. Zane and others out there. Lurkers, don't forget, to become part of the dialogue.
Love you, Zane. Miss you, buddy.
It's critical that you launch an account, whether Gmail or through Facebook, YouTube, DLive. Just follow the links that we have here via the show description. End of things. It's not that complicated. Sonia, do you want to take a?
Squeaky says hi.
Oh, let's hang on. Let's get Squeaky on the camera if you could, okay? Hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on.
I'll try. He's a squirrely squeaker.
Here. Oh, hang on a second. There we go. Oh, perfect. Oh my God. Shoo, Squeaky. You are such a fat kitty.
He is fat.
How old is he? What, 7, 8?
No, he's not that old.
3?
He's maybe maybe 4.
You got to watch out for his weight.
That cat needs intermittent fasting. Really.
If you get him wet though, he's skinny. You know how those kind of cats are. He's really just all
furry.
fluffy. Yeah, he's just way.
Maybe I need intermittent fasting.
Yeah, I was thinking it's like almost like Yvonne's feline twin.
Projection transference. Sorry. I'm
What-
the one who needs to lose weight.
Yeah,
what is
yeah,
this?
yeah.
Some
You're
psychological concept? Rejection transference? What does that? How does
Yeah.
that work?
Projection transference. I'm projecting.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
the one who needs to lose weight, not the cat.
Hey, that's really cool that you recognize that because not a lot of
Yeah.
folks do. That's awesome.
Yeah. I was a therapist. It's
Wow.
kind of
Yeah, there you go.
we all
there
could.
you go.
We could all stand to lose a little weight, I guess. But that cat is hugely
We could all
Ver-
stand some
very
less
cute. It's fat.
less transparency, less what he said, the projection thing. Transfer projection, yes. Less of that.
Yeah, think of a movie projector. It's coming from the machine, and it's hitting the screen, and basically I'm projecting my feelings onto the canvas, the screen.
How you feel about yourself, the things that you don't want to
So I'm
face
like-
about yourself, kind of thing.
Well, it could, yeah, but it could be my issue, but I'm taking it out on the cat. Oh, that cat is fat. No, it's me that's fat. I'm projecting.
Exactly. Oh yeah. Write a book
Kinda
about
fun.
that. Yeah. Most people don't like it when you point that out either.
What do you mean that you're transferring to
Yeah, that
projecting
they're projecting on other people or other animal or anything really. They don't like it when you
Like
point
someone
that
might
out.
be like, "You're angry. You're pissed off, aren't you?"
Right.
I'm the one who's saying,
Exactly.
I'm pissed off. Projecting my anger onto the other person.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like usually that only happens, I've noticed, when people lie to themselves about things, constantly, and they don't even realize they're lying to themselves, kind of thing.
Well, we
That's
all
very
we all do that to one degree or the next, I guess, right?
Yeah.
That's why it's important to be honest with
Speak for
ourselves.
yourself. Exactly.
I just did.
Knowing yourself. Yes, knowing yourself.
What was it? Sioton Nothai or Nothai Sioton? I don't know how to pronounce that.
I don't know.
That's
but, hi, Mark.
it's know thyself in Greek. It's yes.
Oh, okay.
That's
Cool.
how you say it. It's like
Sweet.
is knowledge. Like we were just talking about this with Robert yesterday on his show.
Oh,
Gnosticism and gnosis.
Right.
And knowing, all the same word basically. In Sanskrit, it's Ganana or Jana. Welcome to Mark of Rodriguez Productions. We've been speaking of shout outs and
Hello, Mark.
little free promotion here. Been referencing you and your operation a few times this week. So hey, good to see you.
He's there. He is.
Marcus
Maybe.
of Rodriguez Production. Hey, and censorship sucks. We really need to get censorship sucks on the show. If you can make a note of that, that's one. And there's one other personality that he has within his stable of talent, as I like to put it. That name a few of the others that he has on board there. They really kind of jumped out at me as far as like
John Gold.
Kobe.
What?
Kobe was she's quite close to his work, and they've known each other for years, haven't they?
I don't know who that is.
I'm sorry, Coley.
Yeah. No, I don't. Not that I know of. No.
I thought she talked about him and his network a few times while she was with us this past Friday.
Not that I recall. Maybe it was someone else.
All right. Do you remember the UFO story she shared?
Maybe you're projecting. No. Just kidding.
Yeah. I am high quality talent. This is top shelf material here. We're talking some serious live streaming.
I
what do you think about tattoos, by the way?
I only have two hosts right now that do UFOs, and that's Jack and Nancy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
and I don't remember Chloe's UFO story. Sorry.
One of our panelists, David Campione, he's going to be out for a little while because he's had several eye operations. So I don't even think he's going to be back tomorrow. He might not be back next week either. But yeah, he's.
David's
We
pretty
have
cool.
quite a few people, and then John's people for Censorship Sucks. They're scaling down a little bit, and actually, Barry's last show will be Sunday. So
Barry.
yeah.
Yeah, I like Barry.
But that's just for the Sunday shows. He'll continue on for a little while yet on Wednesdays.
So we've got there's a few openings for us then, from the sounds of things.
And within their group, yeah. But as far as like my schedule and that the blocks are filled.
I see. Well, Censorship Sucks was one definitely who
that's John
jumped at us, and we had Jack on. We had Jack. Jack was great, of course. So
yeah.
And go ahead.
John's kind of hard to get a hold of since he connects by Starlink, and he actually lives in a national forest.
Wow.
And works for the forest department when he's not doing the show. So yeah, he goes and he has like an area he cleans up and things like that.
Still my beating heart.
And then because he's the one that's been giving Sonia tips on how to set her RV up and trick it out and all that. And get it set up for solar, the whole deal. He's almost 100% solar for his RV. So.
Look at Sonia. As soon as I come on screen, she starts to undress herself.
Yeah, and he doesn't stay on very late because it's he's sometimes his reception, even with Starlink, is spotty.
Well, yeah, and who knows? Like immediately, I think of net neutrality right there. It's like, well, why is it spotty? And because I was thinking, just as a cheeky remark, it's like, well, hope Elon's a fan of his, or else Starlink, right? He'll have his services.
He wouldn't do Starlink if it didn't work, and it works really good. But where he goes and where he has to be at, sometimes he can't get the dish up high enough, or positioned good enough, or it gets windy and weather affects the dish, kind of like the old remember when old dish TV came out. When it first came out, anytime there was a storm, it would look snowy.
Sure.
Starlink has things it has to work out too. It's still fairly new, but the technology's there.
What exactly is his job in the park?
He works. Like he does cleanup, and he escorts people to their campsites and things like that, and then gives them the briefing on hey, you have to clean this up. You can use this. This is your area, and
like
they don't pay him. He's kind of like a guide, but but he's not a ranger. He can't arrest anybody, but he got those guys on speed dial. But
are you or he, either the two of you, up to speed on missing 411?
No, that's not his thing. That's not his thing.
Well, no, okay, then fine. Is it your thing?
No, that's Jack's thing.
Have you heard of it?
Oh yeah, I've heard of it, and
not researched.
I've even had what's his name
David
on the
Politis.
Yeah, I've even had Politis, on shows in the past, way back. Well, it was probably about 4 or 5 years ago.
So, what are your thoughts?
I've had David on. Huh?
What are your thoughts of David and just his work?
I like it. I think he's got a point. And like Don Ecker, they're both former law enforcement guys, and military guys. So, you know, I take a lot what they say, you know, is fact. You know, there's
Such a
things
nerd.
out there. Yeah. But I wasn't planning on coming in and talking a lot tonight because I am like really beat. I don't know if Sonia told you I had a fire at my house uh, last weekend, and I'm still dealing with contractors and crap. So,
Wow.
and
Sorry to hear that.
No, yeah, it's the first we
Yeah.
heard of that. Any? Can you provide any details or what happened?
Brush fire. We were under heat advisory, and we had some hedges that were, you know, dying, and they were, I guess, too close to the AC unit, and it caught fire. And luckily, I could put it out before anybody else could get near it. And it took me probably about 5 minutes to take and put it out, and probably
Jeez.
took less than that to start.
Did you have a fire
Because
extinguisher?
no, I just put it out with water. It was outside. I was like, I wouldn't even known the house was even on fire had I not got hungry and went to grab a sandwich.
You are really
You know,
lucky.
and I'm like,
Really
oh
lucky.
wow, why is there red flames at my kitchen window? I go outside, and you know, perfect.
crap.
You know, I just start hosing it down, and people are yelling and screaming at me from the sidewalk.
Oh, really?
That normally you never see anybody around my house at all, but you know, hey, it was smoking, it was on fire.
So there just happened to be people walking down the street that normally aren't there?
Yeah, they stopped, you know, concerned citizens. You know.
No, you're lucky.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, good
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
So, but you're so anything else just before you check out? We will add your contact information to the show description end of things because you did drop in. That's all it really is required for people to.
Well, I
you know,
appreciate it.
not a
Yeah,
problem.
I got a lot of shows tomorrow, and you know, I'm hoping to get some good rest tonight before that, and you know, I got John's show first, and then all the way up into Nancy's show and Jack in between. So yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be at least a 7-hour stream tomorrow.
He's in Texas. He's in Texas.
Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
right
in,
between
I'm in
Waco,
Central Texas.
Waco and Fort Worth, or Waco and where?
No. Between Waco and Austin.
Waco and Austin. I see.
Yeah.
So people
Yeah,
talking.
You know Kinky Friedman?
What's that?
Oh, geez, here we go.
Kinky Friedman?
He's got this bromance thing. Kinky Friedman.
Oh, Kinky Friedman.
Yeah.
Name is Texas.
Oh,
The Jewish cowboy.
I don't know. I'm a transplant here. I'm originally from Pennsylvania.
Better a transplant than a transvestite.
Oh, you like tattoos?
And I'm not from transsexual Transylvania.
Especially that part of Texas.
Like tattoos,
that part of Texas.
It's invisible ink.
Yeah.
But
Black light reactive.
The girls weren't that bad in that movie, but you know, except for Susan Sarandon, I don't really like her.
What movie are we talking about?
The Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, I
is
see.
What I was talking about.
Oh, wow. She would have been pretty young back then, too, obviously.
Yeah,
So,
she was, you know.
Okay.
I didn't like, I always liked Little Nell, and what's the other one? The one that played, I can't think what her name was.
So you are kind of a little more hip to the whole transsexual, transvestite thing than what people
No.
Well, Rocky Horror.
Yeah,
Picture
you
Show.
know, I turned that one song it's that one song Super Freak into Super Straight.
Oh,
all right.
Okay.
Just change the word to Super Straight. Super Straight.
Rick James? Is that right?
Rick James, bitch.
Yeah. So okay, cool. Is that AI or like how much of a real musician are you?
Depends.
Well, because we heard
You
that
know,
one song, it was great. Was it
all
Rebels
the
or it
music,
was like
it,
Resistance or something?
all the music that you hear, other folks have either done it or AI. I never record my own stuff
Mm.
because it's for my ears only anymore.
Well, we got a
I
copy of
played.
that one song
I
of
was.
Legend
yours.
in your
Yeah.
own mind.
My thing is, I played punk rock because I could play loud, and it didn't matter how bad it sounded. People loved it.
3 chords and the
And
truth.
However, if you would like to hear any vocals from Mark, just go to his DJ shows that he does
yeah,
occasionally.
yeah. Well, I do that from time to time
Is he a good
too.
singer?
And I
Yeah,
think
you
it,
do.
Yeah.
Or a screamer?
Sure. It's mostly it's like punk type music, so
Uh-huh.
he
Okay.
rocks
Yeah,
out.
Jaffe's
Okay.
a good
all right.
songwriter.
We
You
rock
know
out.
Jaffe?
Let me give you here. I'll give you a sample.
Uh-oh.
Whoa, there it is. That's what you get.
That was good. That was fine, but I mean, that's not punk.
Sure it is.
Oh yeah, it is. That.
Well, okay, let's hear a couple lines. Your
That's from the
most favorite.
Misfits.
Let's hear a
Everything
couple.
in the Misfits is whoa.
Yeah, pretty much. Whoa.
That's all they do is whoa.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
a lot,
Well, that's
yeah.
kind of the
And
chorus.
We are the
oi.
Misfits.
Yeah.
Whoa. And they made $1 million
Along with,
from that
Glenn
too, didn't they?
Danzig when he was
Oh,
with
sure.
the Misfits was always like
Sure.
that.
The Misfits, hey, with the name like
Yeah,
that,
I love
just
the Misfits.
throw us your money. You're bound
Yeah.
to just throw us your money. So, I've heard of the
Yeah.
Misfits. I just never really listened to much of the music. So,
Yeah,
the
well,
Cramps.
oh, I love the Cramps.
Mhm.
Lux is dead though. He died of AIDS.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
So,
but I kind of wish I could. They're from Texas and that, and I kind of wish I could have got to see one of the shows because I love Poison Ivy. That's the lead guitarist. That's what her name is.
right, yeah.
Poison Ivy.
Yeah, heard of her.
Yeah, and then I go every year for my birthday to see the Reverend Horton Heat. He comes to town here every October. So
Cool.
yeah,
Oh, speaking of,
he
go ahead.
he plays rockabilly.
Yeah.
Well,
Reverend
psychobilly.
Horton Heat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You ever hear that song? It's a psychobilly freak out.
Yeah. Okay.
He did that song.
Horny.
And Bells of Cocaine and
Bales of cocaine, liquor,
yeah.
beer, and wine. Is that what the one?
Liquor, beer, and wine.
Yeah, that's a good one. Or
And he made a
that's-
song about his bass player too, which was kind of cool, Jimbo.
Yeah. Great songs.
Okay.
Eat steak, eat it right off the plate. That was his song.
This is something that Yvonne would probably really appreciate. I can, Sense and Sensibility, Kinky Friedman, because he was a satirist.
Well, I like Kinky Friedman with those
Yeah,
other
well,
guys.
these other the crap was it the Reverend Horton Heat, more just kind of goofy, like satirical, like John Prine. John Prine in his own right, something similar where it's like he's putting these kind of goofy, off the wall songs together.
Mojo Nixon.
Oh yeah, there's another one. That's right.
Yeah, I miss I miss my other girl too. That from 45 Grave. Her name is Dinah Cancer.
Oh God.
Dinah, and then the lead singer from the X-Ray Specs was polystyrene.
Okay, is that like a toxic chemical or something?
Yeah, polystyrene. It's foam, styrofoam.
Right,
All right, Polly is her first name, so she took the last name of styrene.
Mm-hmm.
So styrofoam.
Yeah, it sounds. Hey, last question here regarding the whole, because you're down there in that area, the Austin scene. I guess it is a hot topic, sort of hot button issue these days. A lot of people, former friends of Joe Rogan, now bailing on him. I guess they initially had uprooted and moved to Texas, Sonia, but then they settled into the whole Austin area and seen and found that, I mean, the homelessness and the way the laws were set up and just
Yeah.
things were, and
You know,
taxes maybe, I don't, taxes,
uh,
it was not the grass is always greener, right? Kind of deal. So,
well, I will tell you this, all right. There's probably 3 cities I would never want to live in Texas. All right. First one is Austin. The second one is Houston. The third one is any city down near the border.
why
Any
Austin?
city.
Well, okay, the border, that's a
Okay,
given, but
Austin is the capital for
yeah,
one. And
okay.
that's where all the libtards hang out.
All right, yeah,
Okay.
right.
So in order for them to take in have a say or even be noticed, they have to, have a huge voice in Austin. They know this.
mhm.
All right. So they do that. And then you have the loudmouth, that's down there already, that's against all that. We know him as Alex Jones.
Mhm.
So, I would never want to go or even visit Austin for those 2 reasons. Plus, it's all one-way streets.
You're no
And
Alex Jones
I
fan.
hate cities that are all one-way streets.
What's the problem with Alex Jones? What's the issue you got
I
with
just
him?
can't stand him. I have nothing against his message, but his delivery. I don't like his voice. I don't even
Yes,
like
sore
Sean
throat.
Hannity's voice. I can't stand it. And I can't stand a host that, if they're going to have a bunch of guests on, I'm like, I want to hear them. All right. I
Jeff.
didn't tune in just to hear a monologue. If I wanted to hear that, I would turn on late night TV. All right. Because that's what that's about.
You're
I didn't mean
talking.
to interrupt, but Robert Morningstar's trying to get in here. He wants
Oh,
to
is
call.
he? Is he? So, but just the last point that you made there, Mark, is that, for example, like me as the host or anyone that plays the role of the host, if you have others on board, like what we do here with the roundtable format, let
Yeah.
the co-hosts and commentators have their say. Let them speak.
Yeah. Well, the thing is
He's overbearing.
if
Jones
you
is
have
too
a huge,
overbearing.
if you have a group of people, and I've noticed this, and it's tried and true because I looked at it for many years, over 18 years, and I started looking at groups like Meet the Press and it's, the John Lear group, and I'm like, man, that works. Why does it work? Oh, because the guy that's in charge is a moderator, not
Hey,
a
Robert.
dictator.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
And it takes a special person to be able to do that. Not everybody can do that. Some people do it well. Other people, don't.
Right.
But it took me a long time to learn how to do that. But once I did, it works. It's tried and true.
Mm-hmm. No, I hear you. I couldn't agree more, and that's something I'm constantly working on. So trying to dial down the, just the excess verbosity and let the guests have a say. So, are we gonna let you? Would you like to say hello to Robert here before you head out, Mark?
Hey, Robert, I'm gonna take and head on out. I've had some contractors, and you guys can fill him in on all that
So
after I
house
head on
fire,
out.
yeah.
But yeah, it's been a long week for me, and I got a big day tomorrow. I'll
tired,
catch
yeah.
up with you next time, guys.
Thanks for
Or
dropping
at
by.
least try
Really
to come in
appreciate
on
it.
Friday.
Come again Friday?
Okay.
I said,
just-
or at least come in on Friday with you guys.
Yes. Van Morrison. Yeah. Go ahead, Robert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was saying it's good to see you on and just see you guys, if even for a few minutes. I've been busy all day editing, and I have crazy stuff happening to me, at me, my computer.
Uh-oh.
I've been editing this video for a month. I came to finish it off this afternoon, and all of it was gone. And the directory where I had the original videos and the clips and all of the photographs probably 60 photographs in a directory with 5 subdirectories. Everything was blank.
That was your backup. That was all your backup. Everything is.
Well, my main file for this program I'm doing with Paul Fitzgerald, who is a cousin of John Fitzgerald.
Jeez.
And I just resigned my spirit. I thought I'd have to start from the get-go. Jill said, let's go for a walk. I went for a walk, felt better, came back, turned it on. The movie software found the movie and all of the files that had disappeared. I'm telling you, it was like bleach blank directory of the 5 subdirectories and 60 to 70 pictures and movie clips. And it all appeared again.
Oh my God. Well, that's a good cautionary tale.
A really funny sense of humor, you know. Anyway, it's coming along pretty well.
Oh God. Make sure you got a quality, backup copies in place, everybody.
I'm doing.
Yeah.
By the way, if there is there a screen share here? Because I'd love to show you just the
damn. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. You go. I forgot because we rebooted here. We got less than 20 minutes here, Robert.
No, I'm going to give you like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Just a teaser, you might say.
Sure.
I hope it runs well because now I have done the sound thing. So what do I do? Just start to presenter mode,
screen
add
share. You want to click on screen share.
Okay, window, I guess. Yeah, I did screen share and include sound. So I guess the window.
It should work.
Okay, I'll give it a shot. Let's see where it is.
My knee just popped out again. Oh, I got this trick knee. It's a real bummer. It's like arthritic. Sometimes I went to adjust the fan here. Actually, the cat has quite a skill in turning the fan off. They know how to push my buttons. These kitties do, so they're very naughty that way. But the trick knee. So talk about like a series of events that kind of it's like.
So what do you do? Happen. Oh, can you see the screen?
Sure can. Yeah.
So Shane,
can you maximize
do you
that?
See a man's head?
Yeah. Can you just maximize and play then? If you're going to do that, go ahead.
But can you see the man's face?
Yep. You betcha. Not now. You took it off. It's gone for some reason.
Frozen. Everything's locked up. I say, were you able to see the screen that I had on?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let me flip it back to the beginning. I'm 10 minutes into this editing. It's like a 45-minute, 50-minute program.
And this is Kennedy, and you're working with John F. Kennedy's cousin. Is that right?
Yeah, Paul Fitzgerald.
That's incredible.
He's written a book. Oh man, this is going to blow people's minds. I'm telling you.
So he must have a lot of kind of inside, like the behind the scenes information and some of the straight dope.
Well, he talks about that because people used to ask him about it all the time, and he said, no, they never told me. But in the course of researching the family history, we found I've told you for years now that John F. Kennedy's assassination was a religious ritual murder, an offering to Satan or Baal, and that it involved several rituals overlain over each other.
Kill King 33?
Yeah, exactly, that. And I started sitting in on his round tables, and all of a sudden he started talking about the same thing, and I realized, hey, God, this guy found out the same thing. So this guy who I could talk to about the Priory of Zion, Rennes-le-Chateau, the Masons, the ritual of the John F. Kennedy assassination, the stealing of the body, the mimicry, of the killing of King Hiram Abiff.
Oh yeah,
assassinated him. They stole his body. They, crushed his head with a mallet. They cut his throat. All kinds of things. And like, oh shit, these are the parallels. That's what they did in Dealey Plaza. They mimicked the killing of Hiram Abiff. and the stealing of his body. And it was just like a huge Masonic ritual, but he got it. So let me just maximize. I'm glad this is working. Let's see how it runs. Okay. He wrote a book called The Valediction, The Three Knights of Desmond, and it's about the Earl of Desmond, who was one of the kings of Ireland, and had a rivalry with the Crown of England. And Desmond, the Earl of Desmond, almost married Queen Elizabeth because they wanted to merge, but because he was Catholic and she had turned Protestant and all of the complications, they weren't able to do that.
You're talking Elizabeth the First.
Yeah, Elizabeth the First, right. So
okay.
They killed him. They cut his head off. The Earl of Desmond.
Really?
In prison. Yeah. And they cut his head off on November 22nd, 1380.
Wow.
1383, something like that. And it's like this cycle of ritual murders that has to be repeated. And we get into Lindau Man. You know the bog man that they found?
Yep.
That guy was sacrificed to 3 druid gods. And that's another aspect of the sacrifice of President Kennedy. He was like the Lindau Man of our time. Let me see if this will play.
Got about 10 minutes left here.
Yeah, I'll give you 5. I'll just give you the opening if it plays.
I get my knee to pop back.
Taxing the system.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks for showing up last night. I spoke to Alan today. He buried Sport, his dog.
Yeah.
And, it was really heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Sport had been with him every day of his life for the last 11 years.
He'll be with them. We meet our pets. We're never, even when they pass. I believe.
My cats still visit me.
Yeah.
My cat still visit me as recently as 3 months ago. My favorite cat, Galahad.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, in a dream or on your bed? No,
I felt. I was sleeping in my bed and half awake, half asleep, and I felt him hop up on the bed.
Yeah.
The way he did all the time.
It looks
like this is going to wind.
Robert, can I ask you a quick question?
Go ahead.
Sure. Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. Do you know much about the 5th plane, 9/11?
Good question.
Have you heard much about that?
Just give him a quick summary overview.
Well, United Airlines, I think it was Flight 91. They were about to take off, and they're on the tarmac, and there were these Arabs in first class, 4 people, a big guy, somebody in a niqab, but they think it was a guy because he had hairy hands.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a little boy and his father. They're all Saudis, and they wanted to take him to the little boy to the cockpit, show him, and once the flight, that's what the flight attendants were saying. Mm-hmm. And anyways, they're about to take off, and then the plane was grounded, and the box cutters were found the next plane over, 93, United Airlines 93. And they found these box cutters in first class in the magazine racks.
Wow.
And so, anyways,
I'd be interested
it looks like
seeing...
they might have. And there's another guy in business class sweating profusely. And he was also Saudi.
So they say.
Yeah. And anyways, I just wondered if you heard anything about it. I put a link to earlier. There's a YouTube video about it. Fascinating.
I'm working closely with the 9/11 lawyers and architects for Truth in 9/11, and they're going to have a 3-day conference September 10th, 11th, and 12th. That's going to be broadcast on Redacted with Clayton Morris. So all 3 days, like 8 in the morning till 6 in the evening, that's going to be simulcast. So let me see if this will play. It's like halfway there. If we can crank this thing up. Anyway, this is the name of the book, The Valediction, The Three Knights of Desmond by Paul Fitzgerald and his wife, Elizabeth Gould. And it's a fascinating story. the intrigue of this ongoing war, the War of the Roses. You know, you've heard of that?
Sure.
Yep.
This is what it's about. It's the War of the Roses. House of York versus House of Lancaster.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to find resolution at the moment, but of the mystery. Unfortunately, I don't think this is going to work. It's overloading my computer.
Don't worry about it. That's fine.
But you'll get to see it. I think I'll be finished by tomorrow, and then I'll post it. I'm very happy with this. It's going to blow people's minds. Absolutely mind-blowing stuff.
Well, I'm just glad that you didn't lose all your content, because we've all heard these horror stories, whether through someone's malicious outsider, third-party intent, or just in-house kind of snafu.
Mm-hmm. I'm back. Stop the share. Well, I'm sorry I can't show it to you, but you will see it, and I'm very proud of it, because we get to talk about Lindau Man. And how Lindau Man had his head crushed, his throat slashed, stabbed, drowned. And then as we talk about Lindau Man and show Lindau Man and his wounds, I show John F. Kennedy's wounds, the head blasted open, the throat cut, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So without ever mentioning it, I just show the images and let people put two and two together and come up with 4.
Are you aware of B'nai B'rith's role in getting JFK to visit Dallas on that day?
Yes, I am. The whole Dallas trademark speech was set up by B'nai B'rith and the local Jewish business community.
Do you know? You might not know this. I'm going to bounce this off you just briefly here. Do you know who actually is said to be responsible for starting B'nai B'rith way back in the day?
No, I don't remember.
Albert Pike.
Albert Pike started B'nai B'rith?
That's the claim. That's the claim.
I don't know.
No?
I'll have to research that, but because I thought B'nai B'rith starting like in the 20s. Well, and Albert was back in the 1880s and 90s.
Yeah, so. So I might be mistaken, but that's how the story goes. And hashtag fact check. We're not here to. We are entertainers first and foremost. That's a category that we our content is categorized under. So, and we encourage everyone else out there listening to do the legwork themselves. Don't take our word for it. Fact check yourselves. Get back to us if we make any mistakes, or you reckon we slip up in any way. We're not claiming to be perfect here, so just doing the best that we can.
Yeah.
And,
by the way, that was a good show we did last night on Gnosticism. I sent it to Alan. Mm-hmm. I sent it out to Alan via WeTransfer.
Right.
And I found a couple of others I did over the weekend. William Cooper, tribute to William Cooper on Sunday. That was pretty good.
Man, he totally hated David Icke. I just came across this video of him just spewing some serious venom.
Cooper? William Cooper?
Yeah. He was no fan of David Icke or Alex Jones, and I don't know who else that he despised, but he did a lot of great work. But I'm not this whole thing of where you got others that are causing all this infighting and stirring division. That's really turns me off in a big way.
I spoke to him many times.
Really?
I convinced him that the driver didn't shoot the president, but he had made so many videotapes about that that's still circulating. He asked me to become part of his organization, CAJI, C-A-J-I, Civilian Agency for Joint Intelligence. So I was a contributor, but I was never really dynamically active in it because he was a violent guy. His death was a self-fulfilling prophecy. He always said, "I've got my gun and I'm going to go down shooting." And but they targeted him at the end. He was getting a lot of publicity. His book is fabulous. Behold a Pale Horse.
Right. No, he did a lot of great work. There's no doubt. We have Van Morrison coming up too. Just before, because we've only got a couple minutes left here. I've got to remind you, Robert, and the listeners. I know you're a fan of. We were born before the sun.
Into the Mystic.
Into the Mystic, right. So, and that goes back to the Moon Dance release, of course. But he's put out so much more work since then that really, trust me, like once you get into it, if Van Morrison is your thing, you'll be just really blown away by the music as well as the lyrics, of course, and the the beauty, the richness, everything.
I got to see it once live.
Oh, good.
In New York, the Beacon Theater.
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful. Beacon Theater is old.
Yeah.
Old. It used to be a vaudeville place.
Yeah.
Beautiful Greco-Roman statuary and loads.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be a great venue to see a big.
It's become a premier rock and roll venue.
What does that seat? About 5,000, maybe 3,000?
Oh, I wouldn't say 5,000, but definitely about 2,000 people could fit in there.
How much were tickets back in the day? Were we talking the mid-90s?
Oh, in the 90s, I think I paid $30 to get to see.
Probably, yeah, God, it'd be at least $100 now, at least.
Yeah, I love Hymns to the Silence. That's a good album.
Yeah, it's a double album, isn't it? Hymns to the Silence,
Yeah,
that's right.
Benoni Breath, by the way, founded October 13th, 1843, New York City, 12 German Jewish immigrants.
Well, so Albert Pike supposedly
but Albert Pike was over there in Arkansas and Washington, and he was a real Southern guy. So I don't know if he was, but he's probably by letters of introduction and support through the Masonic.
Yeah.
Hey, what I found out?
Grand Sovereign Commander.
Albert Pike was the head of the Southern jurisdiction of the Freemasons, 33rd degree. And guess who was the northern head of the Freemasons?
Gee, I don't know.
Divinity lies within.
Thoreau?
Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Oh, Emerson. Well, they lectured at numerous Masonic lodges, and that to me was a bit of a red flag for sure. Where it's like, okay.
Well, yeah, I didn't know that. I found that out just
Boston area.
3 weeks ago.
Really? So Sovereign Grand Commander of the Northern Jurisdiction, then I guess is what the title would be, right?
Something like that.
I think Pike Sovereign Grand Commander of the Southern Jurisdiction. Yeah.
You know who was a big Mason? Harold Lloyd, the silent film actor who used to hang from ledges and clock handles and whatnot, really hanging over Los Angeles.
Oh, my God.
Big comedian.
Right.
That guy was like Superman, you know? If you really study his life and watch his movies, that guy was just like Superman. And in 1948, at the biggest convention that the Masons ever had, I think it's between 90 and 100,000 Masons congregated at Soldier Field in Chicago with Harry Truman there. And they conferred the highest order. Again, one of those titles like Supreme Commander of the Holy Garter and blah, blah,
not a religion, just to let people know. Remember, be careful, it's not a religion, but
when you watch Harold Lloyd movies, he's got Masonic symbolism all over his films. Like we're in the number 15 when he's on the football team, a room with a ladder that's angled like the compass and the square. Very subtle stuff, but totally Masonic.
We got 20 seconds here, folks, so I don't think we're gonna have time for you to provide your details, but we will add them to the archived portion of things, and I'll talk about them. Each of you, harpo.ca, Robert over on we got your Substack link, of course, and then Sonia's galacticfire.com. Thank you to everyone before we get cut off here by teams. Maybe see you in a couple days.
Play hard.
All right.
Good to see you, Yvonne.
Happy sailing.
You too.
Yeah, I'll say good night.
All the best. God bless.
All right. Yeah. I'm not sure if Sonia's a big God bless her necessarily, but I mean, there's nothing that we can say that isn't going to offend at least somebody, It's just, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. So But yeah, God bless. I'm down with that myself. Good luck, happy sailing. You know, it all pretty much falls into the same category as far as I'm circumcised. So let's take one last quick little look here. Amos Dale 777 coming through to us via looks like D Live. DK Spiracy 123. I'm not here. Right at the tail end, guys. Oh man. Herzmac is connected with us here. Sci-Fi Man Game Channel. I guess, is this through Beamstream or what are we looking at there exactly? So, and of course, you know, Sonia, Zane Ivy. See if under the nom de guerre, Yuga Wing, Chun Kenpo. The YouTube Signal Before Silence just did little vid on MM and Kennedy the other day. Who's MM? Malachi Martin? Well, yeah, Signal Before Silence. I think that's actually the channel that Robert was promoting. Interestingly, Gnosticism, by God. I think that's where, you know, because he was featuring a Gnostic uh, video yesterday, and that's perhaps where it may have been derived from. I have to admit, says Yuga Wing Kenpo. Albert Pike did a number of SE, Southeast American Indian tribes, really good with legal aid. I had no idea. So, thank you for that information. Don't worry, NSA probably has it all preserved for you. Should be quite an FBI undercover get together. I guess referring to Robert's data loss breach or what have you. Oh, hey man, look at this. Austin is California East, he says. A lot of great comments. Courtesy of Zane, he's one who's never afraid to to engage. Oh, there we go. Know thyself. Ah, yeah, no thigh sieton. My pronunciation's probably way off base, but yeah. So know thyself. Hmm. Yeah, and that really I think is it goes deep. You know, first you deal with the ego, and once that essentially has been neutralized, uh, or at least that you're in a position where you're able to more clearly see through the facade. That's, you know, and with hey, the we're quite fortunate modern day and age with, you know, therapeutic psychedelics. Not that you need to be taking them every day, just, you know, in a ritual religious context, clinical, medical, however you want to put it, um, helping to provide, opening the doors of perception. Squeegee clean the third eye, as Bill Hicks put it, didn't he? And there we go, off to the races, hopefully in a quiet, deep sea, meditative way. Oh, glad you're hitting the gyms, Zane says, regarding Harpo's physical fitness activities. So when Jesus called the Samaritan woman a dog, which part of all people are created equal was that about? Or was she just ugly? And here's the thing. I'm really tired of all these Bible quotes in modern day English. I want the Aramaic, not just, and I'm not just, nothing against you personally here, Zane, or anyone else, just in general terms that, you know, podcasters that are putting or who authors. Even Bart Ehrman should do. He's great. He's a scholar. He's brilliant and expert in his own right. Field of biblical studies, I guess as one would put it. But it would, and he does sometimes, reference the Aramaic or the Koine Greek. But this is so critical, And even with that being said, do not confuse the finger pointing for the moon, or at least that's what the Buddha tried to tell us. Who's listening, of course, always anybody's who really knows, it's completely up in the air. So look at a lot of great comments we missed out on earlier. Much appreciated. Yeah, kill the Amalek. Bibi told the world right from the start. The War Scroll, Age of Apocalypse. I believe that's what his whole deal was. It was the Amalek, and it was, and yet they were the Semites, not these interlopers, but the indigenous Semites themselves, who, truth be told, from the standpoint of history's the sake of history, there's certain researchers that say they were actually they were the original, they were Jews, and somehow it all got turned around on its head, flip flopped, and but that aside, whether that's the case, is the fact of the matter or not, that from an indigenous standpoint, it does seem pretty clear that they very much Semitic, a lot more than the interlopers and these counterfeit imposters, frankly. And there's Sheriff Ramsey in and out of the hospital, dealing with some. Speaking of Austin, I'm not sure what sort of health issues exactly. It could be the point where he has, as they say, one foot in the grave and another on a banana peel. Wishing him all the best, of course, but I believe he does have a GoFundMe too for people that are wanting to reach out to him and show a little support. Of course, that's what we do. Any time we receive donations from the public, which we could stand to benefit from ourselves here, if only that it would put us in more of a position where we'd be able to pay our basic operating expenses, something we struggle to do each and every year. But yeah, big shout out. If you want to engage in a thought intention experiment, Austin, Texas, Sheriff George Ramsey, Miracle Healing. If there's any time for any angelic intervention, perhaps assistance to be sent his way, Miracle Healing. We've had a little success with these things in the past, and it'd be great to see him in a little better spirits for sure. So yeah, there we go. Van Morrison tribute and 80th year birthday celebration coming up in just a couple of days, folks. Very much looking forward to that. If you yourself are a Van Morrison fan, that's great. If not, be sure to get the word out there. Let it be known. That's what we have on the table here. I don't think there's a heck of too many others live streamers who are themselves taking the time to acknowledge and pay tribute to someone who's really contributed to the modern day pop, rock, blues, jazz, music industry and beyond in such a significant way. Songwriter, performer, entertainer, but we most certainly are. So Pirate One Radio at protonmail.com is our email address. If you have any PayPal support you'd like to send us, guest suggestions, show ideas, that's the way to do it. On behalf of Captain Long John Sinclair and all the rest of the crew here down in Skullport Harbor, don't forget WPRPN.com is our website. Until we meet again, be these high off and all too intrepid digital seas. I'm your host as always, show's Chief Communications Officer Jaffe Ryder. Ear to the ground, eyes to the sky. Hell-yo.